And I would certainly like to thank Calvin, who has carried on so beautifully for me. Today is going to be a special day, and today I would like to dedicate this program to some special people. I would like to dedicate this program to the presidents of the missionary societies all over this state. If you know a president of a missionary society, and certainly these are unsung heroes in our movement. These are women that have dedicated their lives to the cause of Christianity. Mrs. Bernice McDaniel and all of you presidents, this is your program. And this is your program, and I'm dedicating this to you today. Freddie Williams, our state representative, has served us so well, is dead. Funeral services for Representative Freddie Williams will be held on Monday at 11 o'clock at Avery Chapel AME Church here in Oklahoma City. Freddie Williams loved poetry. Freddie Williams loved people. And I know those of you out in radio land, you realize that without the contributions of people that were willing to give of their time, their effort, and their money to make this city and this state a better place, we salute Freddie Williams. On Monday, the flags will be flown at half-mast in memory of this lady who served as a representative for District Number 99. Funeral services for Mrs. Jenkins will be held today at 11 o'clock at the Christian Life Missionary Baptist Church on Northeast 23rd, the church of which her son-in-law, Reverend J.L. Jacobs, is the pastor. Many of you will remember Mrs. Jenkins for her work at Tinker Field. For 30 years, she worked at Tinker Field, giving it everything that she had. I knew her personally. She was the mother of one of my homeroom students, Joyce Jenkins. And she was such a good patron, such an understanding one that was so interested not only in Joyce, but in all of the young people. Many of you will remember her as the wife of Reverend J. Vance Jenkins of Spencer, Oklahoma. But most of all, you remember her by her quietness, by her dignity, by her smiles, and by her willing to help make you feel important. And she was good. She was professional at that. For 30 years, she worked at Tinker Field, and many of you will remember her as a member of the St. James Baptist Church. And then when Reverend Jacobs, her son-in-law, the husband of Joyce, started a church, the Christian Life Missionary Baptist Church, she was one of the founders of that church. But today, at 11 o'clock, it will be goodbye to Mrs. Jenkins. Many of you will know her through her beautiful sister, Mrs. Estella Nero, or her brother, Reverend Carl Boone of Spencer, Oklahoma. You will remember her because she loved hats and wore them with such dignity. You will remember her because she was concerned about everyone. And today, we join the family in remembrance of Mrs. Jenkins. Mrs. Estelle Snail has asked me to remind you that today they are selling catfish dinners at Freedom Center. They have gotten C.P. Wilson, the king catfish fry, to fry fish today. Actually, Mrs. Walker, Mrs. Ford, Mrs. Stale have been working extremely hard on this special dinner. They will be serving, look, what you like. You like your catfish and your fries and your green beans and your desserts. Well, they will have them. They will start serving at 11 o'clock today at Freedom Center. That's 2609 North Martin Luther King. They will have fried catfish, potato salad, green beans, bread, fresh garden salad, different kinds of pop and desserts, and French fries. And you can get your dinner. Now, those of you that do not want a dinner, just stop by and leave a donation, because As we have told you, a lady in Washington, D.C. gave us a house located in the 1400 block on Northeast 12th Street. And we're trying to get that house ready. To do it, we've got to do some work inside, some plumbing work, some electrical work, and we need your support. And those of you that would like to support us, just go by today and tell Mrs. Walker, Mrs. Stale, that you are there to help. And I would like to thank you in advance. Each one of us will have 20 guests today. And when you go in, be sure and say that today I'm Clara Luper's guest, I'm Lady Ruth Hunter's guest, I'm Leola Ford's guest, I'm Maxine Stale's guest, I am Miss Rosetta Coleman's guest, Burley and Nero's guest. Don't forget, and if I've left off any of them, oh yeah, you're Mr. Robert Gates' guest. Now, if we come through today, we will be able to get the paint and things that's necessary. And you may call me out here at 672-1220 and tell me you are with me and you want to see that job completed. I would like to thank Mrs. Ollie Dotson, who came by and said, oh, I cannot come to the dinner, but I would like to leave a donation. We really appreciate that. Not only that, we appreciate all of you because you've been so kind to us. And we would like to appreciate those of you that took time out from your busy schedules and came out to the Oklahoma State Fair and supported us. Not only that, we were out to Langston last week and you came and you bought our catfish and gumbo. We would just like to say thanks. Now, if I sound a bit repetitious, don't blame me. Blame my parents and the environment that I grew up in. Because if there's one thing we learned down at Hoffman, and that was how to say thanks. And I would like to thank all of you. I so often tell you that whatever you have to do for somebody, do it now, because we cannot tell what tomorrow will bring. This portion of our program is brought to you by Robert Gates of Gates Barber Shop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King. Mr. Gates is there, ready to give you the haircut that you want. All you have to do when you go to Gates Barbershop is tell Mr. Gates, I want my hair this way, and he will do it. Hometown is open 24 hours for your convenience at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. Now, you have called me and asked me about Tom's Barbecue. Tom's Barbecue is located at 2504 Northeast 10th Street in Oklahoma City. And they are catering. If you want to have your party catering, call 427-3898 and ask for Keith. Now, once again, that's at Tom's Barbecue, 2504 Northeast 10th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Allstate Insurance Company, a independent agent, Maryland, would like to say thanks to all of you. Marilyn is at 730 North Britain Road, and she will take care of all of your insurance needs. That telephone number is 843-0811. I would like to thank you, those of you that have thanked me for telling you about Johnson's Jardina's, located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street and 2611 North Martin Luther King. You thanked me because you put your child in a learning environment, in one where your child could grow. 424-4656. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and I'm so happy to be with you today. And today I'm saluting the presidents of missionary societies. If you know the name of your president, would you call me at 672-1220 and tell me about your president? I would like to know your president's name so we can record it. And so many times we don't get to hear about a lot of people. And the most important part of an automobile is the part that you cannot see, that motor, what keeps it turning. Saluting the missionary societies and the women that serve as presidents of the missionary society. I'm proud of Mrs. Bernice McDaniels from the Fifth Street Baptist Church, who is president of the Missionary Society, the general program. I'm also proud of your missionary presidents, but you have to call me and let me know exactly who they are. Starting in November and December, I shall give away over 1,000 pounds of chitlins. And I love that because we have some people that know that history and don't mind calling in. David Hall, Joy Hall, Loretta McLean, Francis Deloney, Berlin Nero, Salonia Bennett, Rose Harris, Mrs. Lemon. Oh, we have some people that have won chitlins from us ever since we started this program. And we are really excited about it. Not only that, we will be bringing you holiday greetings from some of the businesses that care enough to step out and say, Clara, I want you to tell my friends, my supporters, thanks during this holiday season. Well, we are living in a different age. Whole history changed after September the 11th, 2001. A day that always will remember, we will remember in our history. This changed the whole course of America's history. We are now involved in a war that we cannot understand. We are fighting an enemy that we cannot see. As we look back over the wars that we have been engaged in, it was easy to become involved because we knew exactly who we were fighting. We knew where they were. But now we do not know where our enemies are. Who would have thought that somebody would have come to America, studied in our finest universities, and then destroy our people? Who would have believed it? President Bush has been working, and certainly we seek all of our prayers for President Bush. President Bush has asked all of the children to send $1. And as I heard his words, I thought about those children in Africa that were starving. I thought about Uganda. I thought about the Congo. And if people too would send those children $1, we could save their lives. It is confusing to many of us that don't understand what's happening, how we can feed people on one hand and bomb them on the other. I don't know. But anyway, can you buy love? Can you buy love by giving food? Can you buy respect? Well, one thing white America should do. White America should be very grateful to black America. Although we've been mistreated, we've been enslaved, we've been discriminated against, we have never tried to destroy our country. So all of you white people out there, I want you to be grateful to those of us those of us who are black as blackberries, but who have been loyal to our country. We have not betrayed our country. Rather we have loved her. We have loved her with a passion. We don't have to wave flags and say, I am America, God bless America. We don't have to say that. All we have to do is to look at ourselves and how much we have given to America. Calvin, I'm saluting the presidents of the missionary societies, and I'm saluting Mrs. Bernice McDaniels. And I wonder if there are other presidents out there that we can salute today.
Of course there are, Mom. But first of all, I got to say good morning to you. Good morning, Oklahoma City. Good morning, Oklahoma. It's such a joy, it's such a thrill, such a pleasure to be here on a beautiful Saturday morning. A little nippy, but then that makes you appreciate those hot days we've had and make you look forward to those cold, cold days that are coming up. Man, it is really a pleasure, Mom, to be here because you look so good, and I know we have so many good things that we're going to talk about on today's show. And to honor the presidents of the missionary societies, that really is something because they play an important role in every church. I know at Fifth Street Baptist Church, they're not only involved in the attendance at the church, the receptions that you give at the church, with the welcoming committees at the church, but everywhere you look, every aspect of the Fifth Street Baptist Church, the presidents, the missionary society plays a very important role. And I look forward to hearing what other churches and what other persons may be proud of the people in their missionary society. I can think of several churches that I know have some great people, but I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Mom, let us remind everybody that this is the Clara Luper Radio Show. You have given ads, and the number to call out here for you to be a part of it is 672-1220. I was just discussing with some of the people here at the studio about the dreams and the aspirations that we have. And we're looking forward to telling you more about it. And it sounds like it's going to be a definite asset to our E2 project that we have going on. But if you keep listening to the Clara Luper Radio Show, we will tell you about it. We want you to be a part of it. But we have a call on the line that's anxious. I don't know. What are they going to talk about there? Missionary Society?
Of course they're going to tell us.
Okay, well, let's see who this is. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Calvin. How are you today?
Fantastic. I
Davis.
survived Langston University's homecoming. I survived the Great Oklahoma State Fair. I am doing well.
Well, we know that you are. And I want you to know that I'm calling in to salute the president, the director, and chairman of the True Missionary Society. I am Nancy Davis. I'd like for you to know that our missionary director is a beautiful, dedicated, creative Christian young lady who keeps things going at True Church.
And who is that,
in
Aunt?
charge of the women's ministry, and her name is Leah Ruth Wilson, the wife of Pastor F.L. Wilson.
Wait, what was her name again?
Leah Ruth Wilson.
Leah Booth Wilson. Ruth
Wilson.
Let me get my...
A beautiful lady who was one of my homeroom students at Dungy School.
Well, I taught her too, although she was not in my home.
Boy,
Yeah, we want all our flowers while we live.
Well, I'll tell you, we get a lot of flowers when we look at those Dungy students. They are great.
well, okay, now we know that then, and I compliment you on being a great teacher, but I've been knowing that, and I think all your students and friends know that. But then the president of the Missionary Society, you're saying that because she was one of your students, she wanted to be president of the Missionary Society.
No,
Is there a correlation
she's
there?
a dedicated Christian.
She's a dedicated
a lady
Christian.
that we love and admire because she walks with God every day.
Okay.
Okay.
You heard it. You said it.
I mean,
That's
Nancy,
Yeah.
you told me last week that one of our students out in California was ill.
Yes, that's Tracy Arbo, one of my homeroom students, first homeroom students, class of 1954. He is in the hospital, has a spot on his lung, and I'm thinking that it's cancerous, but I want everybody to pray for Tracy. He had to go a second operation on Monday morning, and he is a wonderful, wonderful young man that we all loved and admired from Dungy School.
Okay.
One of my first young men who won first in the agriculture department, first in English at Langston University intramural interscholastic meetings, and he is a great young man.
Okay, well,
He
let's...
was here for our class
For the
reunion
school reunion?
about 2 years ago.
He's never missed a Dungy reunion, has he?
Yes, he has missed some.
Wait.
But it's Sister Madeline, my girl, who sent me to ticket to Hawaii. She has been here for most of the reunions also.
Okay, I knew you were going to get that plug
did
in.
too.
Understand, do you have your 20 people to
Hawaii.
buy catfish today?
Oh, I only have 2 people. So
Well, you need
far,
18
but
more.
I'm baking my cake and getting it ready to bring up there to Freedom Center. And I know everybody loves German chocolate cake and pound cake.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Bye-bye.
2 different cakes. Way to go, Aunt. She said it. She said that there at True Vine Baptist Church, they have a dedicated Christian woman who also happens to be the wife of the minister there. Her name is Ruth Ann.
Leah Ruth.
Leah Ruth
Wilson.
Wilson. I'll get it right if I keep reading my notes
Okay.
right. Good things happen when you
Okay,
listen to
Calvin,
the
we have
Clara
someone
Radio Show.
else. We have some
Mom, I
new
want to send out.
presidents.
I want to ask people to send out a special prayer to pray for one of our faithful and favorite listeners, Miss Genevieve. She called just as we were starting the show, and she's not doing too well this morning, and she wanted to make sure that we all would send up a special prayer for her. You know.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
then let's go ahead now with our next caller. And good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show on this beautiful Saturday morning.
Good morning. This is Lucy Alexander, and I am really proud to salute the General President of Tabernacle Baptist Church, the president of our WMU.
WMU now. What does that mean?
WMU at Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Now-
Our General President is Carolyn Payton.
Carolyn Payton,
Carolyn Payton.
WMU,
She is-
Women's Missionary Union.
Right.
Okay, I got it.
All right. And we salute her and I'd like to make another announcement.
I'm making.
Jonathan, Our pastor's anniversary at Tabernacle, Reverend Pastor John Lewis Meshack, we are celebrating his anniversary tomorrow. We'd like to invite everybody to come to Tabernacle tomorrow and celebrate with us, Pastor's anniversary.
What time is that?
11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're just saluting him at 11.
And have dinner. We celebrate for all day long.
Oh, you will have dinner. Are you having a 3 o'clock service?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so people can come there.
Come at 11 o'clock
Who's
service.
preaching tomorrow morning?
Pastor Meshack will be preaching.
Okay, and that's his anniversary.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Alexander.
All right.
That's one of our great supporters.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, well, we've heard from Tabernacle Baptist Church, from True Vine Baptist Church, Fifth Street Baptist Church. I wonder who's the president of your missionary society. This is the Clara Luper radio show. And today, the NACP Youth Council, your Youth Council members are selling catfish dinners, and I know you will be there to help, as you have through the years. Well, Calvin, we got Mrs.
Catfish dinners, Freedom Center.
Carolyn Payton, and I know Carolyn, and they say she's a great one. Tabernacle. I wonder if the other churches have presidents of missionary
I
society.
bet the president there at Tabernacle has done and is doing a fantastic job with Reverend Meshack celebrating his anniversary tomorrow. It's going to be a good time there at Tabernacle Baptist Church at 36, just west of Northeast Martin Luther King. Congratulations, Reverend Meshack. You do a tremendous job, and it's always a joy and a thrill and a pleasure to hear that young man preach. I mean, he can go.
But one
and
thing
hear that choir
about
sing
it,
behind.
he doesn't preach all day.
He
He
but when
says
he
it.
preach, he says it,
He
and
says it.
he bring it right on to you. And if
He
you
says
can't
more-
understand it,
He says more in 7 minutes, and some preachers can say in a whole
Well,
40
he's-
minutes. Okay, here we
But
go.
We have a
We'll-
caller, though.
Okay,
Mom.
Calvin.
Good morning. Thank you for being a part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show, where we are celebrating, where we're happy to talk with you on a beautiful morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Hi.
This is Sister Turner at McLeod, Oklahoma, and I'd like to salute our president, Sister Ellen Jones,
Sister Ellen Jones. What's the name of your church?
Mount Olive Baptist Church.
In McLeod, Oklahoma.
Right.
Is she a good missionary president?
Sister Jones, Ellen Jones, and my pastor is John Jones, and she is a beautiful president. She loves everybody, and she does anything for anybody, white or black, rich or poor.
And what's the name of your church again?
Mount Olive
And where is it located?
McLeod.
I know it's in McLeod, but where?
on 29th Street, right on the highway.
Right on the highway. Okay, I got a
It's
visit.
Broadway now, but it's right on 29th.
Okay.
And she is a president.
She is the president.
And a good president.
And a sweet president.
And a sweet president.
Right.
Okay.
And your name is?
Apple Turner.
Mrs. Turner.
Mrs. Turner, thank you so much for listening to the Clara Luper radio show.
And Mrs.
Thank
Turner.
you. I listen every Saturday.
All
You're
right.
sweet. You're
Well, Mrs.
sweet.
Turner, you know, one thing we always like to say is to call a friend, call a neighbor, and I'm sure glad that you called us. We really appreciate that, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mom, we have so many the lines that just lit up.
Mount Olive Baptist
You know, I have
Church
a
in
problem with
McLeod.
where McLeod, Oklahoma is. You know,
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I didn't teach you geography.
You didn't teach geography.
Okay, let's get
Okay.
these names because we're going on down the line.
You know, there are a lot of churches that we will be hearing from, I know. But then we have this call on the line. I think that they're going to talk about and brag about their chairperson, their chairman of the Women's Missionary Society. Let's go with this caller here and see what they have to say. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. Thank you. Well, I thank you. Now I'm going to try again. We lost you. We'll go with that other caller. But, you know, one of the reasons that we're doing this Saturday morning is because of the fact that there are many roles that you can play in the church. Some of the most important roles are roles that oftentimes you don't hear that much about.
Right.
And I think that this position and this responsibility, the responsibilities that these young ladies have over the Women's Missionary Society, that is a tremendous responsibility because it not only works on Sundays, they have to work Monday through Saturday to be ready for Sunday. So let's try this caller, all right? How are you doing this morning? Thank you for calling.
You ready?
I'm stay ready. Uh-oh, I know this voice. I know this voice.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom by who? Who is this I'm talking with?
All right, McDaniel.
Fluky McDaniel. All right. Thanks for calling, Fluky.
All right.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Radio audience, are you ready?
Yes.
People can't change truth, but truth can change people. People can't change truth, but truth can change people.
Isn't that beautiful?
People can't change truth.
But truth can change people.
Go, Fluky. Another good one.
Another good one.
Another good one. People can't change the truth,
That's right.
but truth can change the people. You heard it. You
That's
heard
right.
it here. And Fluky, you know, I know that this is, you're having as much fun with this as all of us are, and we really look forward to it. But where are you finding all these words of wisdom from?
He doesn't- yeah, you don't know.
Don't ask that to him. I
All
need
over
to
the
know.
country.
Somebody else might want to know.
That's classified information. Leave it to Fluky.
All over the country,
Oh,
traveling,
All right.
in service.
People can't change the truth,
But the
but
truth can change people. Okay.
That's a
the
thought to
truth-
work with this week.
Thank you so much because the truth is today we are saluting the
All right.
unsung heroes.
Thank you, Fluky.
Okay.
The presidents of missionary societies. So far we've heard from Fifth Street Baptist Church, True Vine Baptist Church, Tabernacle Baptist Church, Mount Olive Baptist Church, Tabernacle Baptist Church.
People can't change truth, but
But
truth can change people. You heard it live and in living color right here at KTLV 672-1220. We want you to be a part of this show. We want you to brag about your president of your Women's Missionary Society. No matter what church, no matter where you are. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. We know that you have something very important that we all want to hear.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Fantastic now that I hear your voice.
My name is Loretta Boone Woody, and I'm calling on behalf of Garden Addition Baptist Church, where Reverend Claude T. Woody is the pastor, and I'm saluting our mission president, Sister Vanessa Brown.
Vanessa Brown.
Yes,
Wonderful.
And that's the Garden, what church?
Garden Addition Baptist Church.
Is that
We're-
Garden Oaks Edition?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Garden Edition.
4320 Northeast 20th.
Okay.
And we will be celebrating our annual day on the fourth Sunday of this month. And our
Fourth Sunday.
president will be speaking,
Vanessa Brown.
Vanessa Brown,
Wonderful. What time will she be speaking?
at the 11 o'clock service.
Oh, wonderful.
How long has she been president of the Missionary Society there?
For now, probably about 2 years.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
she's doing a wonderful job.
She's
and we
doing.
appreciate her, and I just thought, well, we can brag too.
All right. Well, you have bragging rights. You said it. Now we don't know, but she's been there 2 years, so something right is going on
That's
there at the
right.
Garden Baptist Church,
Garden Addition,
Garden Addition Baptist Church. At what was that address again?
4320
4320
Northeast 20th.
Northeast 20th Street.
Yes.
And the fourth Sunday we can even come here and speak. You think she's a good speaker?
Oh, yes. She'll do
Okay.
an excellent job.
Well, we want to hear about that.
Okay.
We want to hear about that speech because, you know, women in the missionary society, they're good workers,
That's
but
right.
they're very difficult sometimes. don't hit me, Mom. Sometimes to find a good speaker, but we may have found one.
We have good speakers.
We have good speakers.
These that we have called today are good speakers.
Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for helping us to honor those people who work so hard without the spotlight on them.
Thank
This
you.
is
This
really
is
a
my
joy.
first time calling in, but I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot. Usually I don't get in.
Oh, well, we want
a
you to.
special day.
We're very proud of you and all of you that's kind enough to listen to the Clara Luper radio show.
Okay. Thank you, Clara Lupin. You're one of the reasons why I called in, because I remember way back in the NAACP, I had part of you teaching me how to speak and walk and dress and talk, and I appreciate you for your services.
Well, thank you, and I love you.
Go on.
Yeah, that's right. Give me my flowers while I live.
That's right.
Here come a bouquet.
I gotta
Thank
have
you. That's from the Garden
Addition.
Addition Baptist Church.
4320.
Mrs. Vanessa Brown is the president of the Missionary Society.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving right
Thank
on.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, you've mentioned several times today about Freedom Center and the catfish dinners, and Nancy mentioned that she's cooking a German chocolate cake and
Wonder
a
what's
pound
Lady
cake.
Ruth Hunter cooking.
You're reading my mind.
That's right. I know you that
The
well.
green beans.
Okay, someone's called. Let's get these others in.
672-1220 is the correct number. Hello, thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show.
Okay.
On this, where first-time callers are getting in.
Brother Kelvin,
Yes,
how you doing?
fantastic.
You're Pastor Roseboro.
Oh, great. How are you doing, Reverend Roseberry?
Fine. I wanted to say the best for the last.
That's what
Both of you see now, here comes the good.